Dan Pastorini and I, we're going to write a book about the barns of Monroe County, Wisconsin, in the Tomah area. This is just luscious countryside.
You can't believe the country up here. I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous. The drive up here from the airport was fabulous.
The crowd is stunned right now because Rin Knox reeled off 310.5 feet. Bobby, she's got to be tickled.
And she has to have nerves of steel because at the beginning, Rodlin, there was a little bit of a delay up there. Something obviously had gone wrong, and then you're able to come out with that great pull. What was going on?
Well, I had trouble getting it out of reverse. So, you know, the engines are sitting there, and they're getting hotter and hotter, and I was getting really mad. So, anyway, we got it into forward, and it just made a heck of a run. It surprised me, even.
Tell me about that run. Did you know right from the beginning, hey, this is going to be a good one?
I did. The first run I had, it really got hooked in too hard, and it just was hard to handle. This run just kind of came up nicely, and the fuel system was right, and it just danced right down through there. It was great.
And she is very popular down here. She was waving to the fans earlier, and the fans were going crazy. I think you are definitely the favorite in their hearts right now as Art Arfons gets ready to stage, and we'll keep you down here, all right, to watch her reaction now to the run by the Hall of Famer, Art Arfons.
Well, you know, Art's got his work cut out for him here. He was about 2 feet longer than her pole, but on his first run. But he's going to have a lot of work cut out for him on this run.
And I guarantee you, Rodlin is not looking past Art Arfons.
Not at all.
First place tonight. She knows better than that.
What a great run she had. It was a totally well-mannered run.
And there's Rodlin. She's laughing. She's trying to get rid of the nerves, I think. And Art's daughter, Dusty, lining him up. Let's see if he goes a little more towards the inside on this second pull. The all-important pull, really.
I guess he didn't have problems with that right engine. It doesn't look like it anyway.
Good thing those rear tires last a long time because they cost about $5 grand a pop.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I wonder how long they last to see.
They get a lot out of it. Look at this. She's got everything crossed but her eyes. She'd do that if she knew how, but be careful. They might stick like that.
That looked like me before a few football games.
You were throwing up, actually. She's not to that point. That famous Monday night game in Oakland, yeah. Arfons, he's so cool. It's almost like he's punishing her here.
Well, this isn't his first time down the track. He's had a little bit of experience in the 71 years. I just hope I look that good when I'm 71.
Oh, baby.
He's ready to go.
Now, he had a hard time starting the port motor the last time, or one of those motors. It was that one right there. It said it started hot, and he had to shut it off and start it again. On board, it looks like they're hot this time.
Well, the one looks hot. The right one doesn't look like it's starting yet.
Rodlin is thinking, I hate the whine of those turbines. I love the man and hate the turbines.
There's a lot of mutual admiration out here, but there is a lot of competitiveness, too. I mean, they all want to win really badly.
Let me tell you what, these machines eat money. And Rodlin is just one pull away from a pretty good payday.
He looks like he's having that same problem he had before.
Rodlin, please, Art, pull.
Start.
Do something. If he shuts it down and gives up, then we'll see a lady come off the dirt there.
I think he's got a serious problem.
Another stoic expression. Well, she's from New Hampshire. They are stoic.
Tough lady.
Kind of what he did before, the same kind of start ritual, and then he just pounded the thing out the back door, a full pull.
I wonder if he heard something in that port engine, like you said.
71.
See, there's something dripping out of there. I just saw something drip out. That's fuel. That's not a good sign.
All right, has a very simple strategy.
Go further than anyone else. I like it.
Always worked for you throwing the football.
Here he goes. Here he goes.
Oh, Rodlin. I'd be nervous if I was her.
No. She wins.
Arfons comes up short. Rodlin turns into a cheerleader for herself. Yep. The whole family going to gather around here. That was just a great effort. Bobby Gerald, we're having some fun now.
Rodlin, congratulations to you. How's it feel?
It feels great. You know, my team just did a great job getting the tractor prepared, and we had a little bit of trouble on that first run, but we kind of got it all together on the second round, and I'm just so happy.
The whole family's involved in this, as we saw in the feature piece earlier, with Brian tuning everything up for you out there. How gratifying is it to know that all of your family's involved in the sport and in bringing you to victory here?
It's wonderful. It just gives me a lot of confidence having my family with me. My son Brian, who's my crew chief and builds the engines and does such a great job with the fuel systems, and my husband John, and our crew member Ted Barris, who's from Holland. came all the way here to help us this year, so it's wonderful.
Congratulations. Go get you some champagne.
Thanks very much.
Rin Knox is the winner. We'll see her on the victory podium.
And, you know, aside from the prestige and cash awards the winners in each class will earn, they will also receive very valuable gift certificates from two of the most respected names in the performance industry, Crane Cams and B&M Racing and Performance Products. Rodlin, you'll get some of that good stuff as well. Okay, we're going to be back with those big rig trucks, and they pull the sled. Can they get the job done with 4,000 power? More than likely. Tractor pulling all the land, and one of your own just pulled it off. Rin Knox has won the unlimited class, really, in this sport at 310.5 feet. She just conked them.
I'll tell you what, she really did a great job of driving here, and there's nothing worse for a driver to have someone come and do something in the cockpit when you're ready to go and focus. She did a great job. Look at her here. She's busy with the steering wheel. She's pumping the clutch. She's working the brake. She's doing a heck of a job driving that tractor.
Unbelievable. Both hands, both feet.
It's like rubbing your tummy and patting your head, buddy. You're in there busy.
Similar to trying to fly a helicopter. Happy, happy, happy. They're going to uncork the bubbly down in the winner's circle. Ah, yeah. Rin Knox has done it all for you. Katie Haas, just for you, she dedicated that pull.
You know, I think it was that little boogie dance she did before the race that got him. Got him. The family that dances together wins together.
That's right.
Tom Lindsay. Everybody's a Tom. Here he is because he is last year's champion. He's got a 76 Kenworth, looks real nice, and he's won twice at Tomah already.
I'm going with J.R. Ray Collins, who drives the Buckeye Bulldog. Katie, he refers to himself as a fat, gray-haired man who loves Mack trucks and pulling. Maybe he needs a mud pack.
That's a rarity, an honest man.
I like that.
All right, well, there's our picks. Let's see what Steve and Dan have to say as they bring us all the action.
Well, Katie, I have to tell you, these are big rigs like we have never seen before here at the Dairyland Super Nationals, presented by the NTPA in beautiful Tomah, Wisconsin. Dan, you and I have both owned diesel trucks in our lives and our racing careers, and we never were happy with them, really. But here's some guys that love their trucks.
John Bojack here in the Blue Ox. Tom Lindsay, built for business.
After John Lindsay, we'll pull Mike Metzger, followed by John Mann. Great name. The Lady Butterfly. We've got 8 trucks tonight, and that will include Mark Friedline going big time, J.R. Ray Collins and the Buckeye Bulldog. And rounding out the 8, Greg Hibbets and his Prohibited. Great choice. And Bernie Pigeon, the Longhorn. Now, John Bojack is going to be first to hook here tonight, and competing full-time on the big rig circuit takes a full-time commitment. And for a busy young entrepreneur like John, it takes some extra special help to pull it all together.
Northeast Supply is a large landscape materials business. It's the kind of operation that requires a lot of hands-on attention from its owner, John Bojack, especially with customers who like to speak directly with the boss. But when pulling season starts, John spends all his time here at his race shop or out on the road. Playing hooky means his employees have to be pretty good at making excuses for the boss.
At the start of the pulling season, most of my time is spent here at the shop or on the road preparing for competition. Although, my main concern is still my landscape supply business, which if it wasn't for the great bunch of guys I have working for me, it would make it impossible for me to be on the road pulling. They do a great job in covering for me.
Bojack. He was here a minute ago.
Who, the boss? Oh, he's not here, or he's here. Yeah, he's up at the office. You check there, you'll find him.
Can you hold on 1 second, please? Thanks. Yeah, John? Did you look out by the mulch pile? Not there. Well, I know he's here somewhere. If you go out and look for him, he's here somewhere. I'm sure you'll find him. He's out there somewhere. Okay.
Hard to say. Hey, it'd be nice.
Everybody's looking for John today.
Oh, I know. I told him that he's home waiting for the cable guy.
Yeah, and the dog ate my homework.
Yeah, or the check's in the mail, huh? Or the best one, he's around here someplace.
Reminds me of your last pit crew, Pastor Reed.
Sounds like they cover him pretty well down there. Here's John in his 1980 Peterbilt 4-turbocharged V8 Mac engine with 5,000 horsepower.
And he's only 32 years of age. Watch the smoke out of the stacks. Ooh, it bogged.
It looks like it's having a little trouble there.
I tell you, these turbos are really, really persnickety. In fact, we had one truck that had to withdraw because of a problem before we ever got to hook up.
They're very temperamental, and then when those things go, that's all that happens is a lot of black smoke.
Right, it just loads up those dead rich?
Loads up too much pressure in the piston, and it just lifts them right off. He's going to have his work cut out for him going back to his shop. He can work in that motor next week.
Yep, the Blue Ox is just through his shoe. I'll tell you, any reference to Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox is pretty appropriate here in this part of the country. Minnesota, Wisconsin.
John's been a real tough competitor in this series. He's been kind of a middle-of-the-pack type of guy, but he's got his sights set on the championship this year.
See, he can do it again.
Oh, he can?
As long as he doesn't go a certain distance, like 75 feet, he can back up. He's got to do it right away, though. He can come back and, I don't know what's not called a re-hook, but it's a second chance, okay? And he's going to need it because I'm not sure you can fix his problems from the cockpit of this truck.
Well, I wonder if maybe he just has a fuel richener or leaner button in his cab there and can control it from inside. But that looked like some awfully nasty smoke, Steve.
Well, his dog Sam travels with him, not while he's pulling, but on the road. I'd say this, we decided different careers. You became a football player. I became an announcer. This kid's a 32-year-old landscaper, and he's doing better than both of us put together. What's the deal?
We should have planted flowers as kids.
We all had our choice, didn't we?
We should have messed in the mulch.
Okay, here's Mr. Lukey, who drives that sled, and he's got brakes there. If things go wrong, there's from an emergency standpoint, he can bring that sled to an instant halt. More importantly, he can stop the box from moving forward.
Mr. Lukey looks like he trains to be that sled operator, too. He's a big fella. Big fella.
A second chance for the man out of Chardon, Ohio.
There he is. He's ready to go. He's not going to fool around this time. He says, if that guy thinks he's going to pull me down the track, I'll show him. Watch this.
He put his sunglasses on.
Here he goes. Pulling up.
There goes the box. You're riding along with it.
Looks like a little better pull.
Oh, yeah. Much improved. Now listen to the chain clanking, the lead slapping.
Woo. Look at the smoke.
Now, he's the test puller. He has the option of taking this or dropping to 6th. Exactly what we saw Art Arfons do with the unlimited tractors.
This is getting too complicated for us.
It's really very simple. We'll explain it all to Dan Passerini when we come back to Tomah, Wisconsin and the Dairyland Super Nationals tractor pull. It doesn't get any better than this when it comes to hooking.